Howdy folks, Stock here with Last Best Tool, and Olight's big spring sale's wrapping up, so I thought I'd do one more video here on the Oclip Pro-S. Now I've been a big fan of the Oclip ever since it came out. I love these things. At first it was just a simple idea, little USB-C with a rubber cover here. Simple interface, just a button, a couple of settings. It has a nice magnet on there so that you can actually hold the things. And then they took the clip seriously. They didn't just bolt it on like a lot of companies do. You know, I don't know, let's just make a clip and stick it on the flashlight. They actually made the clip the kind of the main focus of the light. And then, of course, they came out with different colors. People wanted more features. They moved up to a different line with this larger one, with the Pro version, with the Ultra version in OAL. And now they've got the Oclip Pro-S. Now, this is they call it a 5-in-1. It's actually got a whole pile of features, but it has a UV emitter, it's got an RGB emitter, so that's UV, RGB, and then, of course, it's got a big white emitter that goes up to 600 lumens. This is a solid design. They've really just been working on it. You can see the USB-C is still there, but it's got a nice snap cover door, harder plastic. The clip, rock solid, very strong magnet. The magnet is actually, you know, surprisingly strong, good work magnet. I don't know if I'd throw it on the underside of a truck and drive down a bumpy road, but it's definitely, it holds its own, and in fact can even hold this chisel here. It's a serious magnet, whereas a lot of these kind of clip lights, they just sort of throw features on them so they can put it on the packaging, but it doesn't necessarily work in real life. And then, of course, they've got a strong spring, and then this rubber catch here, so it actually sticks on flat surfaces quite well. If there's a little bump, you know, say the seam of your jeans or something, it's rock solid. Front end, it's a beefy front end, almost like an iPhone. If you look at that, or iPhone camera set sticking out. Here's the interface. It's a switch. It does have a push button in the center. You push it once and you do get, look, I'm on red because I've been using it. That means the battery's a little bit low. It's got a UV setting there. Click it right there. It's got a white light setting there, and then the RGB setting. So if I swing this thing over to the UV, there are actually two settings. There's one of them, you can see the purple there, and then there's a high setting as well. So kind of, you know, a small workspace or larger workspace. Kind of a hotel room if you ever want to be grossed out. Just grab one of these and then shine it around in the dark and woof. Anyway, and then on the white light, the full is 600 lumens, and that doesn't last as long. 300 is the step down, 100, then 10, and there is a glorious little 1 lumen, which I turned it on to just by simply holding this in from the off position to go directly to that 1 lumen. And then if I hold it in, it'll cycle through. There's my 10 lumens. 10 lumens, you get 27 hours of runtime. That little 1 lumen, you get 144. And then I can go up to 100 lumens, pretty bright, 300 lumens, and if I double click, I can go to that full 600. This is what it looks like outside, just cycling through the 300, 110. I've got a fence about 10 feet away, so you can kind of see the beam spread as well. Slight wide on my iPhone camera there. But you can see that's plenty of light. You could run through a forest with this thing. And of course, then if you used it as a camp light or something, you could get days of runtime on the lower settings. Now, if I go to the RGB side here, just flip it one more and click that on, I've got red, green, and blue. Now, with the red, I also have a couple of settings. I've got a kind of a brighter 40 lumen red and then a 4 lumen red if I hold that in. If I double click it, I can go to a green, and I've got the same thing there. I've got, you know, the lower setting and then the higher setting. And then if I double click it again, I can go into blue. Kind of looks purple here, but it's fairly blue, kind of police-ish blue. And then I've got my low and my high there. If I double click it again, I'm back to the center, but if I triple click it, I can go into a set of different kinds of sort of bright strobing. I won't flash it in your face here. And so in this case, they do a red, green, blue strobe, and you don't have the police red, green, or red, blue alone, so they've got that green in there, which pretty much says it's a, you know, some other use than law enforcement. If I double click it again, I can go to into the red. Let me go into that triple clicking again. If I triple click it again, I can go into this kind of a signal mode. Triple click it again, Now I'm in a red beacon mode. Triple click it again. I'm back here. So there's a lot you can do with this little light. It's only 40 bucks. It's a solid design that has been refined over years. So I use these camping. It's a great red light. If you hook it to like a baseball cap or something, it's either going to be pointed up or down, which isn't ideal, but it's very easy to just move it over to the side and just find that angle that works. So it made me think, what would be the next thing Olight might do to this? Could there be some kind of a moving output on this? I don't know. Or maybe somebody needs to come up with a little flip-up mirror. Has anyone done that? Which would then allow you to hook it onto, say, your baseball cap and then maybe kick a mirror out to shine the light forward. I don't know. Just thinking. It's just an innovative workspace for lighting. It's fun to see how they continue to evolve this little tiny thing that was probably just a side project given at the time all of Olight's big lights. And I could just see it in the boardroom again. I like imagining the boardroom of, you know, decision making. Somebody says, hey, what about a little tiny clip light? And they're thinking, well, we've already got all these other little lights. What's that going to have? It's going to have a nice clip. Well, okay, draw one up and let's see what it looks like. And I could see the prototypes, and it's like, wait a minute, this is actually a cool little thing. People will be interested. And then, of course, they were. So then they wanted more features. They jumped up, larger size, more battery capacity. This has had the 580 milliamp battery here. I mean, that's a solid chunk of power, and, you know, it's got some density to it. Anyway, it's available in various colors at the moment, and the Oclip Pro-S is the latest generation in this wildly popular form. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.